Hello there. Well, I'm going to do something a little different this time. Normally, I like to write on my blog, but I'm going to do a little video blog, vlog, as they say. We just did a $15,000 fundraiser for our new album, for Here to Here's new album, which is going to be called Always Here. We raised over $20,000 for that, and we had about 200 fans across the world step up and donate everything from $3 to $5,000. It was amazing. And we wanted to really add a little bit of a challenge to this fundraiser experience. So I had a bet with the band. I'm the manager, and I bet the band. I challenged the band that if they worked to make the $15,000, which is kind of funny because I worked pretty hard to help make sure they raised the $15,000. But if they raised the $15,000, not only would we be able to do an amazing album, but I would dress in drag and they would put me on the streets of Santa Monica with a sign that says Jesus loves everyone. Because as you'll probably see from one of my other recent blogs, I've been spending a little bit of time holding a sign called You're Perfect in the streets of Manhattan Beach mostly, and it's been an amazing experience. And if they didn't raise the money, then Ashley, vegetarian for 16 years, would have had to eat a cheeseburger. But that didn't happen. And we incentivized it so that it wouldn't happen. But if they hadn't raised the money, he would have eaten that cheeseburger and I would have seen to it. You know, your word's your word. Deal's a deal. And so that's why just 2 days ago, Saturday, I went to the streets of Santa Monica in full-on makeup drag with my sign that says Jesus loves everyone. Alright, so there we go. So I spent the whole day. Ashley, we went to Goodwill. We got all the clothing. We had some friends bring some shoes. I tried wearing heels. My feet just were not going to fit into spike heels. And not to mention that I probably would have killed myself. I don't know, killed myself. Well, I could have killed myself because I would have snapped an ankle, could have fallen over, tumbled, holding the sign, hit my head on a sidewalk, something, who knows what.
All right.
No, this is dangerous.
Okay, let me go over here.
Oh my god, I'm gonna come to the clothing angel.
He's preparing. It's tomorrow, people.
This is not feeling. Oh,
Alright.
Now let's go play basketball.
Like I'm on
Now you can dunk,
stilts.
bro.
He feels like he's on
Oh
still.
my god, now you're gonna work it.
Now you can dunk.
Very good.
Get this workout going on.
That's it. Just a couple of hours.
Why do we do this to you women? Why do you women do this to yourself? To yourself.
It's sexy.
This is sexy.
That's hilarious.
I tried it, didn't work. But I did wear some kind of ugly, not so nice heels, but they were stable and they saved my legs. Ash spent a good 2 hours doing an amazing job. I normally have a beard, and I was convinced to shave the beard because we didn't want to just look like another guy trying to look like a woman. We really wanted to go full-on drag queen. So, we're in California where they recently, had that really historic and controversial Prop 8 vote. I was excited to go out and make a statement in the community that, this God, Jesus, I believe he loves everyone. Certainly in the big mythical story of things, the message that I resonate with is that, Jesus loves drag queens too. And if two drag queens wanted to get married, I don't think Jesus would have a problem with it. There I was. We were driving along Ocean Ave in Santa Monica, getting ready to drop me off. And I tell you, I was scared shitless. I mean, half a mile before the point where I was going to get out right near the pier and stand on the street, my stomach just dropped. My heart was palpitating. I'm not a drag queen. I'm very straight. I'm very in touch with my feminine side. I got 3 sisters and 2 mothers. But still, being in touch with your feminine side and dressing as a woman are different things. So here I go into public dressing like a woman. I looked a little bit like one of my aunts, which is pretty funny. Ashley was recording inside the car, and I was cussing up a storm because I was really scared. I was nervous. I was like, what am I about to do? My mom had warned me that, Brian, you got to be a man of your word. You made a bet. You got to honor that. And just know that you may not be employable in some places in the future. And certainly I won't be able to run for the president of this United States in its current format, and I'm okay with that. If this country can't deal with a president who's cross-dressed with a sign that says Jesus loves everyone in the streets, then you know what? I'm not the right president for this country. And if there's an employer that I would even think of working for someday that also had a problem with me dressing in drag in the streets like that disqualified me, that's okay. I don't want to work there anyway. Oh, the other thing was that my mom thought, maybe this could be seen as mocking gay people. I feel really actually beautiful with our intentions behind doing this. I know it comes from a really beautiful, honest, authentic, loving space, and so I'm at peace with that. Jumped out of the car and with my sign, and there was a lot of people. It was a Saturday afternoon, Santa Monica, beautiful sunny day. I was nervous, I was out there. Ash was there, and some of the guys from the band, and some other girlfriends who had come over to dress me up and put makeup on me and play with my hair, all that stuff. Here I was, everyone's looking at me. I'm not the only person out there on the street doing something, hustling, trying to sell something, whatever, street performers and stuff. There I was, and I felt uncomfortable, nervous, still was kind of in a masculine mode. After a little while, Ash kind of coached me, Brian, you gotta loosen up, smile, laugh a little bit, dance a little bit, shake your booty a little bit. You're a woman now, you gotta play the part. So I loosened up as best I could loosen up, get in touch with my feminine thing going on, and it was fun. You know what? I was out there for about 2 hours. I had people coming up to me. I was so well received. The message was well received. People were giving me thumbs up, high fives, got a couple hugs. A lot of people wanted to take their photo with me. A lot of people were saying, yeah, right on, we agree, we agree. There were some interesting moments where some people were looking at me real uncomfortable, like especially young men, kind of roaming in their packs, teenagers and young 20s. But you know what? For the most part, even those guys were pretty cool with what I was out there representing and standing for. It was like they could appreciate the inclusiveness of the message, and I assume so. Because I got some, like peace, man, like right on, brother. We see you, we see you. And there was a couple people that wanted to come up and talk theology with me. I wasn't out there to talk theology or convince anybody of anything. Or I think a drag queen holding a sign in the streets that says Jesus loves everyone, it kind of speaks for itself. My feet were killing me. I don't know how you girls do it with the heels. Other than that, I had my purse. I had this amazing sign that was just inclusive and loving. About half the people ignore me. Or what's really fun is that kind of they look at me. I know that they see me, that they see this, whatever this experience. I mean, I was wearing a red feather boa with a big old black and white and orange and purple and rainbow colored sign that says Jesus loves everyone. There's no way they didn't see me. But it's so interesting how scared we are of each other in public. I've noticed that when I hold the sign, people, they're so relieved when they really get that I don't want anything back. Not even necessarily an acknowledgement. I see the smiles, I see the thank yous, I see the gratitude. One black guy came up to me, didn't even say a word, just held his hand out like this, just the look in his face, the gratitude, the depth of movement in his core was just, it just wore all over his body. I don't know what the deal was, if he was gay or if he was a drag queen or if he was a Reformed Christian or if he was a Muslim or if he was just just a man that just appreciated what I was out there doing. I have no idea. He just kind of held his hand up. We did a little high five, held hands for a second. Not a word exchanged, but I could just see he rode off just like with renewed faith in the world. And I think that's the beautiful thing that I really witness over and over again. You know, a lot of people, I'm sure, just tickled for a moment and quickly forget. You know, I'm sure there's a seed planted there of sorts, but people walk away smiling, they're laughing, they're touched, they have a photograph of something really interesting that celebrates life rather than resists it and denigrates it. It's been such a rewarding experience to watch the world blossom right in front of my eyes. It's literally like watching a flower bloom, open up, people just blossom. It's like sun shining on them. I guess other than that, all I can say is that I'm a man. It was fascinating and fun to dress as a woman, a full-on woman yesterday. I didn't shave anything below here, just to be clear. I've still got my chest hair and all my arm hair and all that stuff, my leg hair. There's no waxing involved. Men, don't be afraid to be a woman. I totally have more understanding for you ladies with the high heels. I don't blame you all for not wearing boas ever either. They're really itchy, and you know what? I can see carrying a purse is pretty cool. I got to carry an extra pair of tennis shoes in there, so when I couldn't do the heels no more, I switched to tennis shoes, and that worked. That was nice. I had them in my purse, a big red plush purse, pleather purse. It was a really beautiful experience. Uh, Thank you all for your contributions in making it happen. The new album is going to be amazing. It's called Always Here. Thank you all so much. Again, leave a comment if you think this vlog thing works. Peace.
Lift the heel off like this.
Okay.
And then you can walk.
I can hold my hands like this.
Exactly. You're like a raptor.
Sexy. Oh,
Wait,
butt
we
shot.
gotta get the sign.